Hello, homies, and welcome to the Produced by Nostalgia podcast. We are your bodacious and blacknificent hosts, Jedi and... We are both animation production professionals, and this podcast is a space for us to yap about early 21st century media. If you're down with the culture, make sure to stick around. In this episode, we will be discussing what TV shows and films have been claimed by the black community and what characters we think are black and why.
Yes,
Anything
please
else?
sit back and hear us yap about our hot takes about black media, black culture, and why we specifically think these characters fit right into it. All right, with that being said, let's get started with the episode.
Let's get it!
Alrighty, Jedi. Oh my gosh, a lot of stuff has happened these past few days, weeks actually, that I would love to share with you about. Are you ready?
I am absolutely ready, absolutely shaking with excitement.
Yes. Well, number one on the docket that I want to talk about is Miss Piggy is getting a movie. I think her first solo movie actually. It's confirmed to. It's confirmed to be produced by Jennifer Lewis and Emma Stone. I think set to release maybe in like the next 2-3 years or so. They didn't really give a date from what I've seen, but I'm super excited for it because I love Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy is truly an icon, and I can't believe it's taken this long for her to have a solo movie.
Yeah, they announced it actually too. I think it's their 70th. I think it's their 70th like anniversary. The Muppets. So
wow,
what a way to announce.
A day over 20.
She doesn't at all. Miss Piggy was always just so funny because she's just so silly, and I love that lady. Someone at my job dressed up as Miss Piggy for Halloween.
Please.
And I was like,
did someone take a picture?
I did not, but I was like, oh my gosh, Miss Piggy, I'm your biggest fan. And she was like, thank you. She reaches in her purse and hands me a signed autographed picture.
There's no of her of Miss Piggy.
Of Miss Piggy.
Oh.
And I was like, if it was her, I was like, oh my gosh, double the points. But even the fact that it was Miss Piggy, I was like, this is hilarious.
She was so in character. I think she might have won, unless there were some better costumes out there, but I can't imagine topping that.
Me personally, I was like, I think she won that. I was like, oh, I love a part with a costume. You ate that. Hey, down. And then what I also want to talk about, CoComelon just announced they are having a movie that's coming in 2027 in partnership with DreamWorks Animation Studios. So that'll be interesting to see.
Man, if only I had kids to take to that. You won't catch me in those theaters, I'm sorry.
You know, you will probably wait for me seeing straight to streaming, but I'm very curious to see where the story will take them and everything that just goes along with the CoComelon.
Have you ever seen any episodes of CoComelon?
Not, well, a little bit. I did like a little stuff here and there. You know, I was gonna fake it, but no, I'm not.
I catch it on the weekends.
I catch it
in the mood when I'm in that CoComelon mood.
I'm feeling it and stuff.
I mean, we're not exactly the target audience, so I don't think it's wrong of you to not have ever seen it.
Yeah. My nephews like put on like a few things. Like on, like I'll put it on for them if I'm like watching them or something, and I'm like, it's like on in the back. So maybe I've seen one, but it was a lot of like musical stuff. But I do know they have a full like animated series out with like them talking and everything. I haven't seen that.
Really? Isn't it on Netflix?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have any young people in my, like babies in my life who are at CoComelon watching age. I think I have one niece who was just born, so maybe I'll get her on that in a couple years.
You know, baby, you will just love that, and she can be sitting right there with the CoComelon movie. I don't know, preschool movies are very interesting to see because it's like there's going to be ass of kids in those theaters, but I'm pretty sure they're going to love it.
Yeah, they're kind of in their bag right now. I feel like growing up, we didn't see a lot of preschool movies in theaters. I remember definitely a lot of like direct-to-DVD movies, and I definitely borrowed some from the library, but I don't remember there ever being like full feature-length films that you like bought tickets for and went to go see.
I agree. I don't remember that either. The only movie that I remember, like something that was established as a show that went to theaters, is the Hey Arnold movie.
Yeah.
But I also don't remember watching the Hey Arnold movie in theaters. Did I make that up?
You know, I don't remember it being in theaters, to be honest.
I don't either. Let's all look this up.
Let me just look this up real quick. Because, I mean, I was thinking more preschool television shows, but now that I'm thinking about it, like, TV shows in general, did they really get theatrical releases that often back in the day? Wait, did the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, was that released in theaters? I think
that was released in theaters for sure.
It was released in theaters. Okay, so
yes. and the confirmed Hey Arnold movie was released in theaters.
Okay, so TV shows were getting those theatrical releases, but I guess we weren't going to them. But for preschool TV, I'm like, I can't think of one. And I have shows in my head that I feel would have gotten theatrical releases, like Blue's Clues, Dora the Explorer. Like, I definitely could have seen them having full-length feature films, but they didn't. So I assume it wasn't a big thing.
You are correct. It wasn't a big thing. I think, damn, so that makes me to believe first preschool.
Yeah, because now this year, the Gabby's Dollhouse movie came out. CoComelon is coming out. Paw Patrol, I think, has like 2 or 3 movies at this point.
Oh, wow. It is. Shout out to DreamWorks. It is Gabby's Dollhouse.
Wow, that's the first preschool television show that's been turned into a feature-length film?
Well, okay. You could argue Curious George,
Well,
but I think the movie came first.
The Curious George movie? Yeah, I think it was a movie. Well, actually, wasn't it a book series that was then made into a movie that was then turned into a TV series?
TV show? Mm-hmm. So, Gabby's Dollhouse is the first one.
Dang. But what about the Paw Patrol movies? Those happened.
Those happened.
We've gone off the deep end. This we have to
Google,
discuss
you
this at
told me
another
something
point in
wrong.
time.
Hold on. Yeah. Google, you told me something wrong.
When
you turn
can't
off
even
Gemini,
trust
because that ain't
Google.
right.
Are you still looking?
It's telling me Curious George now. I think it's Curious George. I think it's safe to say that it is Curious George.
Okay, we're going to say Curious George, and we might have to put a pin in this and move on.
Yeah, because I will be sucked into it. But yeah, that's all what's going on in nostalgia news right now.
Are we going to end up getting sucked into tangents about preschool television every episode?
I think so. Just a little bit. Just that's going to be the first half from now on. Just that. Just the hero's rant about preschool. Like, what the hell is going on right now?
Shows that we are so far removed from.
Yes. But yeah, Miss Piggy's getting the movie. Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Stone to produce. I'm excited for that because those girls are very funny. And
I need Jennifer Coolidge to be in that film.
I do. I need Emma Stone. I think Emma Stone's pretty funny. I like her a few times. I love her in Easy.
Yeah, she's hilarious. I think she has great comedic timing, and she just really embodies her characters. Like, I can't imagine her doing it wrong.
Not at all. But no, so that's been nostalgia news. With that, I think we can jump right into the next episode, which is a personal favorite of ours. Oh my gosh, Jedi, you want to tell the people what it is?
All right, so for today's episode, we are going to be discussing which cartoon characters we think were Black, because there are a lot of cartoon characters out there who aren't, they don't look Black, but they feel Black. Like, deep in your soul, you just know that person, that character, that thing is Black.
Yes, I definitely agree. I think we can start off with it. This is a personal one for me. I think we can start off with it with the ones who are like inherently obviously Black. Mm-hmm. The ones that was like, come on, there's no denying this one. I think we can start off with like her some TV shows and movies that are here and in Black. One, a Goofy movie. Come on.
Yeah. That is a Black film. They are showing that at the cookout.
For sure. Like, To the Streets Powerline? Come on now. You can't tell me that's not Michael Jackson or Prince reincarnated. Come on.
2i is basically a Black anthem.
No, it is. It is.
They're playing that at the Black rallies right now.
Exactly. That is a Negro spiritual, if you will.
And I think that also means that Goofy himself is Black.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Single Black dad, mind you, trying to raise his kid. Yep. Now this is my Space Jam. I think that's a Black movie. I mean, come on now, we playing basketball. The soundtrack alone sometimes I feel like is the argument. But I also feel like just the way they move, the Black people love this, the Black people. But me, specifically, I'm Black and I love the movie.
The Black people with the trademark.
Yeah, the Black people.
I feel like that's the PC way of saying it instead of saying the Blacks.
The Blacks, yes.
The Black people. Wait, I need you to explain the synopsis of Space Jam because your girl has never seen that film.
You never see? It's my favorite film, guys. Okay, so Space Jam is basically about these Martians from Mars come over down to Earth and they want to kidnap the Looney Tunes character and kind of enslave them and be like, we want you to perform for us and be like entertainment for like these other Martians and stuff, because they own a amusement park, and an amusement park is going bad. So the big guy villain Martian is like, we need something funny, we need something silly, we need something loony. And so the Martians go over there, and they're like, okay, well, we want to kidnap you. And the Looney Tunes are like, well, you can't just do that. Well, why not? Blah, 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 rules. And they was like, okay, well, we challenge you to a basketball game. If you win the basketball game, you get to have us as like your quote unquote slaves. Like a better word, that's the word they used, and if we win, you can, skedaddle, get out of here. So it's like, okay, cool. So the not monsters, but so the Martians are like, okay, so we're going to get like the basketball powers of known NBA players. So, it's like everybody, it's like, not, Charles Barkley, like all of them. So they got their powers. Not cool. Then they turn into these like 15-foot like giant monsters, and now play basketball and stuff. And so the Looney Tunes are like, oh man, we need a really good basketball player. Who's a good basketball player of these times in the 90s? Michael Jordan. So they kind of kidnap Michael Jordan. And so now he has to play basketball with the Looney Tunes character in order to make sure the Looney Tunes characters don't become like slaves to the Martian people.
Okay. That was a lot to take in.
Yes.
First of all, the fact that this is a Black film, we are positing this as a Black film, and it's about them trying to escape slavery. That's killing me. That's getting me. So there's slavery, there's shucking and jiving, performing for the white man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Are the Martians white people? Wait. In an allegorical sense, nobody come at us. This is an allegorical sense. We are just having fun here. But so we're placing the Martians as the like stand-ins for like white people if this is a Black film.
Well, yes.
Okay.
That's exactly. And the man trying to get them down, but because through their skill and believing in themselves and community, they rise to the top. Honestly, this is a very fun movie. This is a Black film. It's my movie.
Are there any songs that are like associated with Space Jam?
Jam, get up and slam, and welcome to the jam.
Let's slay him. There you go.
And also, I Believe I Can Fly was written for Space Jam. Yes, it was. Yes.
But I don't know what to say about that.
Right. We can obviously skip over that for like obvious reasons, because that's like
we're gonna pretend that this didn't happen. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah. But also, what's also on the soundtrack of Space Jam is For You I Will, which was written by Monica. So there was a lot of songs and stuff that very like classic R&B songs that was also on the soundtrack of Space Jam, which I was like, this is very Black.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I can't really think of a lot of white basketball movies.
No?
Yeah, like,
nope.
Are there even any? There must be like one, but I wouldn't know what it is.
I wouldn't know what it is. I was about to say White Man Can't Jump, but nope. Still Black movie. There's a movie, Jedi. There's a movie called White Man Can't Jump. It was originally made in the 90s. It has Wesley Snipes. And then a new one came out that has Jack Harlow as the white man who can't jump.
Jack Harlow?
Yes. Was it very odd? It was very odd that he was in this movie. Did I watch this movie? Yes. Because at the time, did I have a fixation on Jack Harlow? I did. So I was like, well, I must watch this movie now.
We all hit our lows.
Yeah.
Our Jack Harlows.
That
was a terrible... I'll leave. I think that's it for me. I think I'm going to pack up my bags and go.
Yes. But that is Space Jam. That is the movie that is equivalent. Like, that's the cartoon White Man Can't Jump. Or Bugs Bunny Can Jump, as you would say. But that's a Black film.
Yeah,
okay.
100% you have convinced me. And I need to go watch that film.
Yes.
But riddle me this. Do I also have to watch the modern sequel? Was it a sequel or was it a reboot? The one with LeBron James.
You do not have to watch that. I forgot his
name for a second. Who am I?
You do not need to watch that, personally.
Okay. I will watch the original Space Jam.
Space Jam 1, Black movie. Space Jam 2, not a Black movie.
I don't know who that movie belongs to. The people?
The people, not the Black people, but the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah. Is there any TV shows or movies that you want to add that you feel like is inherently Black? Specifically talking about TV shows and movies?
Yes. I would like to put Shark Tale on the table. Shark Tale to me is probably the blackest film that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I don't want to say that because that's gonna make me look bad. But hear me out. Hear me out. I have both my hands up. Hear me out. Shark Tale is incredibly black. So Oscar, the main character, the fish who wait, what was the plot of that film? Let me roll it back. So in Shark Tale, a fish ends up in a situation where it makes it seem like he murdered a shark.
Yes.
And like the sharks, they're kind of like the mafia underwater, right? So he gets into this situation where it looks like he killed a shark, and everyone, like most fish, are afraid of sharks. So he becomes like this shark slayer. And really, he did not kill this shark. This shark just doesn't want to eat fish because he's a vegetarian, which was a really funny concept, not gonna lie. What was his name? His name was Lenny? Lenny, yes. So
which
the fish
Lenny
shark slayer,
being
his
a
name was Oscar.
vegetarian.
I'm saying, sorry, what? Say that again?
I said Lenny being a vegetarian was an allegory for queerness.
Ain't that the truth?
Yep.
I've never thought of it like that, but I think you're right.
Yes.
But that aside, so Oscar the Shark Slayer and Lenny the Shark, they become this like pseudo duo where they, you know, are tricking everybody into thinking that he's this hotshot shark slayer. Lenny gets to pretend to be a dolphin because he's quote unquote dead after Oscar killed him. And I just think that film is incredibly black, not only because Will Smith played Oscar, but I don't know. It was just the movie itself, like...
You had Christina Aguilera and Missy Elliott on the soundtrack.
Yeah, like the music was straight up bopping.
Yes.
It was the first time I ever heard I Can't Touch This by MC Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that rendition by Will Smith is always in my head.
Yeah.
They also
She's
had that
dangerous,
car wash sequence.
Super fast. Like, there's songs, there's bops. That's why I feel like it's Harrington Black. But go on.
They had a full-on, like, sequence, a musical sequence where they sang Car Wash while they were, like, washing these whales. And it was just so coded in black culture. Like, I don't know. I don't think any other people could have pulled that off.
No, that is... Black people was definitely in the studio with that. That's why I was like, yes, this feels like a feel good, like, okay, this is a black movie. I'm putting up there with like roll bounce and everything. Like, yes, Shark Tale right up there. The music, the storyline. This is about a black man trying to come from his struggles, trying to come up in the media, trying to make it to the top reef. Amen. Right. And so he tries to go to the top reef, but then what's stopping him? There was like, oh, you don't have the shine. You don't have the money to be in the top reef. And then you have Lenny over here who's like, I'm not like the rest of you. I'm trying to like find my own path and everything. And really, again, an allegory for queerness. So it's like, okay, I'm the vegetarian and I'm not like my shark friends. And so who am I? And this whole together, they both found like, hey, we are somebody despite not being like the rest of the kind. See, black movie.
You are straight up preaching right now. Yes, absolutely. Also, I want to say there's a subplot, like a romantic subplot between Oscar, his friend Angie, and
Lola,
a very beautiful fish whose name I forget. Lola?
Yes, it's Lola.
Yes, Lola. And they have this line. There's this line that Oscar has when he's talking to Angie after, you know, he's got the glitz and the glamour after he becomes this big old shark slayer. And he's like, nobody loved me when I was nobody. And then Angie's like, I did. And I was like, they took this straight out of a black romance. You cannot convince me otherwise.
It was so dramatic. Honestly, one of Will Smith's best performance.
And mind you, these are all fish.
These are all fish. Mind you, it was so dramatic. And me at like 7 was like, oh my gosh. This is
the entire time when he was nobody. She was by his side, as the black women always are.
All right, exactly. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I will also say the sharks themselves are not black. I think all the main fish characters are black. The sharks are like Italian because they're the mafia ?
Yes. Yeah. They're Italian. Yes.
Yeah. I remember Lenny's dad had a really thick like Italian accent.
He was played by, hold on, I know the guy. He's a very famous, wasn't he like The Godfather?
I need you to know that I've never seen The Godfather. I know what it is.
Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Lenny's dad is played by Robert De Niro.
That was a star-studded cast.
You got Jack Black, Will Smith, Martin Scorsese, like Angelina Jolie, mind you, played Lola.
Yeah, she was Lola.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who was Jack Black?
Lenny.
Why did I think it was someone else? I love Jack Black. I feel like if Jack Black wants to be a part of our community, he's funny.
He's
if he wants
hilarious.
to show up if he wants to show up and show out for a little bit and then make his way out, I don't mind.
I don't mind. I love that guy. Jack Black is hilarious. He was made for animation too. He was made to be live.
Yes, so yeah, Shark Tale, definitely another Black animated film.
Let's go ahead and also do the obvious one, Lion King, set in Africa. You know, the music. Again, it's
can't get any blacker.
Story. Can't get any blacker, honestly. It was beautiful. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I had to physically stop myself from doing that opening line. You know, in the first song, when the movie opens and there's the chants, the African chant. I had to stop myself.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But we're not doing that. But that right there, that's how you know this is a Black film. This is an African film.
Yes, yes. Well, you also know it's so funny when Lion King came out. Not when Lion King came out. When Black Panther came out, Lion King was also resurfaced about the comparison there because obviously, you know, both set in an African tone. And talk about spirituality and following the love of your ancestors, always feeling that they are near you and stuff. Come on. Black movie, Black film.
Yeah.
It says it all right there. The spirituality, everything the light touches. Come on.
Yeah, and even just that, the herd kind of acting as a tribe, that's all very African culture. We all are part of this community, the community on Earth, the community with nature, community with each other. And even when people leave us, they're still a part of our community. That's just something you will see in a lot of African cultures.
For sure. So that Lion King is out there, and I wanted to turn off on what other TV show or movie that I think is Black. The Backyardigans. Or should I say the Blackyardigans?
How did I know you were going to do that? I had to brace myself for that one.
Yes. Obviously, Sasha Uniqua and Tyrone is Black, and we'll get a little bit into more of that later. But there's also just a Black ass show to me, just because the music, the vibes, everything was there, the composing. I think a lot of behind the scenes folks were Black, actually.
Yeah, their appreciation for music is very, very Black. They were putting their entire soul into it. They were singing, they were riffing. These were how old were those kids? 5? They were absolutely killing it. They were soulful as hell.
For sure. That was just a Black ass show. And honestly, I'm noticing a lot of these bases of why I feel like this is Black is the movie. But again, the sense of community for sure. And I'll throw you a strange loop, if you will. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, the one that just came out a few years ago. Black movie. Why, you ask? I honestly feel like it's just the New Yorkness of it all, the vibes of them, the children. Their New York slang was very deep-seated New York Bronx heavy. So it was okay, this feels just a very kid. I think a couple of the actors too are people of color. So it was this is a Black ass film. Again, I feel like a basis when it talks about community and just being there for one another, which I feel like a basis most of these that we listed had, then for sure that is that.
I have never seen that film, which I want to see it. It came out a couple years ago. I think in 2023.
Yeah.
Was it 2023? But I do know that April, she was her character design is Black. And I remember that was a contentious thing. But the funny thing is, April was originally Black. They changed her to a redhead in some of the earlier iterations of the cartoon, and then they changed her back, which I thought was hilarious.
Yes. So everyone's all up in arms. I'm no, it's always been like that.
It's always been like that. Another point for it being a Black film. Check.
Check. Exactly.
Needed a Black queen.
Now, I also want to, as far as TV shows and everything, what I also think is a Black TV show, American Dad. I will explain. Stephen Anita Smith, that is a character from American Dad. So I was there you go. His middle name is Anita. He has the singing voice of a diva already. It's very quotable. It's very, into that. One thing about Seth MacFarlane, he will make fun of everybody. Black people do that too. But I will say, they handle their family, they handle their business like it's a Black family. Now, wow. I will say this. The Cleveland Show is a show with Black caricatures, not necessarily a Black show. I will explain. Cleveland show heavily focused on just like the characters that have been regularly in media, like the loud black one, the disappearing dad, the bad baby ass kids,
the hypersexual black woman.
Exactly, it was heavily focused on that. It was not a true representation of black characters in that sense. So that's why I feel like American Dad is more of a black show than the Cleveland show. And I'll stick to it.
I feel like that is one of your most controversial takes. I don't watch American Dad, but thinking about it, I can see it. I'm seeing where you're coming from. And honestly, I think it's really interesting that you have placed the Cleveland show as a show of black caricatures versus black characters. I feel like that's a really important distinction, and it's really easy to fall into that pitfall of just having like caricatures, because when I think of like an adult black animated series, I think of the Boondocks, and the Boondocks also plays with black stereotypes, but it does it in a way that still humanizes them, unlike the Cleveland show that is just like flat, one-dimensional, like you're not serving me anything. The plate is empty. But yes. American Dad with the values, now that's deep.
And we have all, even black people have had their like Republican family member, which I feel like represents Stan, and then a mother who has everything together, but she's still homegirl. So I just feel like it was that. I feel like that family dynamic gave more the representation of a working like family in class, everything. Less even of the Griffins and everything. But yeah, I feel like the Cleveland show was specifically made so that Seth MacFarlane can write black jokes. And that's it. Yeah. Yup.
Listeners, you can't see it, but I opened and closed my mouth a few times, because what am I supposed to say to that? I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yep. I think we did. All right. So that's I feel like our take. Jedi, is there anything that you wanted to add?
No, I feel like that is a good solid list of like TV shows and movies that aren't specifically black, but definitely feel black. They've been claimed by our community.
Yes, I agree. Love being claimed. I think we could take a pause right here real quick. I'm stopping. What's up, gang? Hello, and welcome back to our podcast.
We are back with the second part of our episode. Let's go.
Woohoo. All right, so now we talked to you a little bit about like what TV shows and movies that we feel are black. Now let's get into the characters that we feel are black.
Okay, for part 2, we're gonna go into characters, because I feel like there are a lot of characters throughout like different TV shows and movies that are just, they feel black, like they're one of us, they're our people. So let's start off strong. I want to start off with Darwin from Gumball. That's definitely an obvious one.
Even Cartoon Network confirmed it on their social media page. I was like, Darwin is for sure black. I think the show even kind of confirmed it. There was like a human version of Gumball and Darwin was black, and I was like,
but yes, even the voice actors, whenever they change them, they always have a black boy play Darwin, so he's like basically confirmed black.
Yeah, which I think is, I will say to your point, I think it always ran to me as their adoptive child. Because, okay, hot take, so we like that. Like I said, Darwin is black. Gumball is, they're Asian. So, but Gumball, yes.
Actually,
so they're white.
Let me stop you there. We are talking about the show, The Amazing World of Gumball. We're talking about Gumball and Darwin. Just had to put some context, but now please continue.
Right. Thank you, context. But yeah, so I think Gumball is Asian and white, with Richard being his white side and Nicole, his mom, being his Asian side. Yes, and I think that's like the common, I feel like that's the common universe. Everyone was like, yup, Gumball is Asian, for sure.
I feel like they always make them white, like when they always make the Wattersons, aside from Gumball, white. But really, I feel like Nicole, she could represent. She could represent for the Asian community. Like, I feel like there are probably some, not to speak for the Asian community, of course, but I feel like there are some characteristics about her that could be related to by them.
Yeah,
I didn't know how to put a pin into that.
I feel like
people will know what I'm saying.
Nicole is from like an immigrant family for sure. Just having that, like, you have to be like this, you have to be like this. We have this embedded for you since childhood, which it comes from with a lot of immigrant parents, which I know that you could probably attest to. So I was like, I definitely think one that she's an immigrant. I feel like Nicole in that. I was like, yeah. And I think also it was for more representation reason, because I was like, to make them white, kind of boring. I think they're white and Asian. I think that's definitely
a little bit of flavor. And honestly, I feel like Gumball could play like Weijin if they were going to cast a live action with human characters. Like I would be down for a Weijin actor.
So I think that's the obvious one. But the only obvious one is Black Garnet, I think, from Steven Universe.
Yeah.
That is the obvious one. So we went back and forth on whether or not to mention that. I think because she's obviously drawn to be inherently black, like, so it's like obvious. I feel like because they are gems, a lot of people try to argue that, like, oh, she's not black, she's gems. No, she's black. That is a black woman right there, and voiced by a black woman.
Honestly, 100%. I actually saw recently there's this TikToker. She's known for doing like funny cartoon dances, and she also does cosplays. And I thought it was really interesting. She refuses to cosplay as Garnet, even though it's very obvious because, she's black and she has an afro. So, of course, people are going to put two and two together. They're like, you should be Garnet. You look exactly like her, because these people are not creative in the slightest. And she's like, guys, I'm not going to do that because, first of all, that'd be too easy. This is what you all expect of me. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather be Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender. and then it cut to her in an Appa cosplay, and I was like, yes, you won. So that alone, Garnet is black because people are hounding black women to cosplay her, even though we don't owe them shit. Let's go.
We don't owe them shit. Yes, that's right. But I definitely not agreement. I think Garnet, obvious one, is like black. We mentioned earlier before the Backyardigans. Okay, now this was something that I also recently saw on TikTok. So, Jedi, I'm going to spell it out for you. So, Tasha, she's the yellow hippo? I think she's a hippo.
Yeah, she's the yellow hippo. She wears an orange dress.
Yes, she is black. Light-skinned black. Unique.
She's light-skinned?
Yes, she's light-skinned. Uniqua, that is a brown-skinned diva. Come on. Uniqua? Come on now. I'm about to name my child that.
She's a Nubian goddess.
A Nubian goddess, if you were. Tyrone. Come on. Erica already told us how it was. Come on. Erykah Badu, she said, if you call on Tyrone is a friend of a friend.
I don't even think I've ever met someone who's named Tyrone who isn't black. And
if
I ever do, I will have some questions.
If I ever do, I think they're rage baiting. That's how I feel.
What do you mean your name's Shaniqua? You have blonde hair and blue eyes.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
Exactly. But to pick off of that, there was a back and forth on what race is Pablo? Because a lot of people said, oh, he's Filipino. And I was like, no, Pablo is Mexican. That's how I feel like it. I feel like or like some type of, like any other has some Latino / Hispanic. So like, yes, Pablo is Hispanic. And Austin from the Backyardigans is the purple kangaroo.
He's a kangaroo. I think, yeah, he is.
Yeah. So Austin is either, hear me out, he is either Weijin or he's white.
Wait, what about full Asian? I've also seen full Asian.
I feel like he would be Weijin, but someone can convince me of being full Asian.
You're out here batting for the Weijins.
I got we're representing for the Weijins. If not me, then who?
Jenny Han should hire you.
Yeah.
Crazy thing to say.
No, that was funny. Jenny Han, I would be her biggest supporter.
We know that woman loves a Weijin. If that's a crazy thing to say, I'm gonna apologize right off the bat, but I said what I said.
She love it. She loved that character. That's
for context,
funny.
Jenny Han was the author of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and I think she was the author of The Summer I Turned Pretty. And both of those projects are headed by Weijins. I mean, technically, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the movie, like the Netflix movie, the actress is full Asian, but the character is supposed to be Weijin. And for The Summer I Turned Pretty, the actress is Weijin and also... Wait, what am I saying? The actress is Weijin and the character is Weijin. I confused myself in the middle of my sentence. That's just context for everybody. I'm not just taking a shot at somebody.
Right. Good shows.
Back to business. Back to Austin. I think I had him in my head as Asian. I've seen white a lot. But for you to say Weijin, I mean, you could be cooking with that.
I could, the combination there. But yes, as far as my black baddies, yes, from Backyardigans, it's Tasha, Uniqua, and Tyrone. Is there anything you want to add, Jedi, on who's yours?
Oh, for me, let's see. I think obviously Donkey from Shrek, he is black. There's no way around it. Eddie Murphy, he put all that culture in there. It would be an insult to not have him be black.
I'm a believer. I only know the gospel way to sing it, especially at the end of Shrek. He's like, I believe. I was like, yeah.
I'm making waffles.
Exactly. That's the church way to do it. I think Donkey from Shrek is black. Sebastian from The Little Mermaid, obviously. Black.
Oh, yeah, he's Jamaican.
That's a Jamaican crab.
He's representing. He says Bombaclat.
Exactly. Oh, for sure.
Now was
All the time.
that a crazy thing for me to say? Because I'm
You
not
know,
Jamaican.
I'm vibing with.
MK is also not Jamaican. Just putting that out there.
Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there.
I really want to see Sebastian say Bumbaclat now, please.
No,
I don't even
please.
think I'm saying it right. But if someone wants to, like, if there's a voice actor out there who's Jamaican and could, like, dub Sebastian and have him say Bumbaclat, I think that the more I say it, I think the worse it gets. But you know what I want.
But you know what I want. And then, oh my gosh, speaking of Jamaican, oh my gosh, Grimm from Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yes.
It's also black.
He's black. But you know what's really funny? What's really funny is that there was an episode of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy where he was white. So for anyone who hasn't seen the show, because it's a bit of an older show, 2 kids basically win a contest where the Grim Reaper himself has to become their slave, for lack of a better word. I mean, he has to do their bidding, basically. Yeah. And so the voice actor who plays Grim, if he's not Jamaican, he at least puts on a Jamaican accent. I think he is Jamaican. I used to know who the actor was. Wait.
He's actually black.
He is black, but I'm not sure if he's Jamaican. What was that actor's name? But anyway, so the actor, he is played with a Jamaican accent. But for the episode where he gets turned into a human, because he's usually just the Grim Reaper, like a skeleton, they made him white. And I was looking it up because I was like, wait a second, why did they make this Jamaican man white? So it turns out that someone at the studio was like, I don't think this will look good to have this guy be basically a slave to 2 white kids. And so they were like, let's just make him white.
That was smart. Also looking up and confirming that the actor's name is Greg Eagles.
Greg Eagles, yeah.
Yes. He is black. He did just put on a Jamaican accent, but that's fine with us.
Honestly, it was a good Jamaican accent. I mean, again, I'm not Jamaican, but it seemed like a good accent, so...
It convinced me.
For all intents and purposes, Grim is black, except in that one episode. He can be white just for optics. I'll give it to you, Cartoon Network.
I'll give that to you, but we all know.
Deep down, that's a black man.
Of course, of course.
He would also say Bumbaclat. It is getting worse every time I say it.
He would. I think I would now want to hear a conversation between the both of them. And how would that work?
Wait, between Sebastian and the Grim Reaper?
Yes.
Honestly, I would pay to see that.
I would pay to see it. Somebody quickly do it now. All right, so I feel like those were the obvious ones that everyone knows, have a general conversation.
Yeah, the internet has already claimed them for Black History Month. They are referenced.
Mm-hmm.
Obvious out of the way. Now onto our hot takes.
Ooh, all right, Jedi, you want to start us off?
All right, mine is, this is sort of niche, but the lions from Between the Lions, I think that they are black. They are a black family.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Look at
that
name.
And they all love to read. Yes, and they have beautiful hair. I remember the designs of the outfits that the puppets were wearing are kind of adorned with things that kind of give me like tribal African vibes to them. So even though that might have just been a choice because they're like literal lions, I would claim it. I would claim it for the same reason that we claim, that The Lion King is a black movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they are an African family. They are an African immigrant family. And they live in a library. Yeah. My dream. I wish they would adopt me.
Honestly, I would love to live in the library and jump into books.
Also, their names were like, Leona was one of them. I wish I knew the rest of their names. But I remember their names too. Yeah. I feel like, feel very black. So I'm claiming them for the community.
For sure, for sure. All right. Now, this is also one that I've seen online, which everyone was like, oh, for sure. But then this is argued. Skeeter and BB, which the blue and purple characters from the TV show that was originally on, I believe, Nickelodeon that transfers to Disney, Doug. Mm-hmm. I just think the cadence and the way they are, and oftentimes I think it's the blue effect of it, which we could go to a little bit later.
Yeah.
But blue characters, I feel like are awfully usually black.
Yeah.
And now, this is not the same thing. No, so in the Proud Family, there are blue characters. And creator of the Proud Family, Bruce W. Smith, confirmed that they are black, and the reason that they're blue is because they are ashy.
That's foul.
Yes. But then there's also a similar, but like a saying of like, oh, so black that you're blue was also a thing. So then I think that's what a lot of people curate too. So normally, when I see a blue character, I'm like, you're black.
Question that's slightly related. If someone can be light-skinned, can they also be dark-skinned? Okay, so I would say that the Gross sisters are dark-skinned.
You know what? thought so, but in the new Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, you see Nubia, which is one of the girl sisters who are the blue characters, with lotion on, and she's light skinned.
That's even fouler. How dare they take my dark skin well, okay.
Okay, you get what I'm saying?
We can talk about representation at another point in time, because there's contention between if all representation is good representation, but regardless,
because
they could have been dark, but I guess they're not.
You know, like there's a reason why I feel like they didn't do that, which I was like, I understand why. You know what I'm saying? But we go to that in another episode, because that will open the can of worms, and I was like, we have to.
But honestly, maybe they should have committed, because they already made them blue because they're so dry. Like, how do you get over that?
Exactly. So it's like,
they might as well. Oh my God, what if they all had afros and they were called the Nappy Sisters? I would have had to take myself out.
I would have write it.
That's what it feels like. I don't think it's like as like it wouldn't get people the same way. Like the fact that they're blue, it won't get people in the same way that like Nappy would. But I feel like there's an equivalency there.
Yeah, knowing that it's because they were ashy was very much like a that's kind of interesting. Yeah, but the case in point, that's why I also think these two characters, Skeeter and BB from Doug, are like black. Normally I associate with blue characters, so that's my thing. I think for me also, okay, I feel like this one was needed a little bit of justifying. So Wilt from Foster's Home and the Imaginary Friends.
Yes.
Wilt is the tall, red guy, like one-eyed cricket and stuff. He was known for playing basketball. There was a movie centered around it. He was the imaginary friend of not Michael Jordan, but Jordan Michael in that world.
I see what you did there.
Exactly. So Wilt is black, and I would argue Blue is also black.
Okay, see, I am with you for Wilt, because the movie where we learn his origin, that is also a black film. We didn't say it, but I'm deciding that it's a black film.
It's a black film.
Blue, I would need you to convince me. I need you to lay it down for me. Like, what is bringing you to this conclusion?
Blue is a young black boy with autism. That is the reason why Mac's mom couldn't keep him, because he was like, he's just not like your other imaginary friends. And it's like, you're too old. You gotta go see him. But he wants to see him regularly. Blue be stimming, and that's all it is. But he has the joyous of it. That is black boy joy right there that I see. That's all I'm gonna say.
My jaw's on the floor. I think you did it. I think you convinced me. And also, that's kind of beautiful.
Yes.
And they're best friends. And Mac accepts him just as he is. Am I crying right now?
Exactly. That
oh my
is
God.
black boy joy right there.
I need some fan fiction on this. I need someone to write this fan fiction.
Right.
Please don't make it weird, though. Please don't
make it weird.
But like, I need them to have a friendship, and like them to explore, and like the stimming, and like I don't know where I'm going with this, but this is a beautiful concept. I like this headcanon.
Yes. Is there anything you want to add, Jedi?
Let's see. Other characters. So I will admit this. I have never seen the Avatar franchise, the like live action ones, but I did see a TikTok where someone kind of laid out the fact that the Avatar people are based heavily off of South Sudanese people, like just in terms of how they're described. The fact that like South Sudanese people are often described as like so black that they're blue, like they're tall, they're elegant, they're dark, and they're kind of like majestic in like the weird way that colonial people talk about African people, and like a lot of the clothing they wear, the face markings. They were even talking about how the names that they use sound eerily similar to South Sudanese names, and like the language that they use is very similar to languages that they used. And for all these reasons, I'm gonna say that the Avatar people are black. I think they've also have, been claimed by indigenous peoples, because I don't know. I feel like a lot of times white filmmakers will be like, this is a culture that nobody cares about. Let's just steal a bunch of this shit. And then it blows up. So I feel like that's something that happened with Avatar. So there could be, elements of indigenous cultures, but this creator really made me see like, oh wow, like I'm seeing a lot of the similarities between like the South Sudanese people and like the Avatar people. Do they have a name? Because I don't know what they're called in the movie.
The Na'vi.
The Na'vi, yeah. They were saying the Na'vi are very similar to South Sudanese people.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Will I ever watch those films? I don't think so.
Who knows? They are long.
They're long. I was never into it. I know people loved the second one when it came out, but it's not for me.
Like I couldn't get it. My parents used to love the Avatar movies, but I was like, I just can't do it.
But anyway, Africa represent for other characters who I think are black. Arthur from Arthur.
Yeah. Every
Yeah.
day when you're walking down
Walking down the street and everybody that you meet. Wait, let's take a second though. How many of those characters are black? Because I think, is the Brain black?
That's the bully, right?
No, girl, what? The
Who's
Brain.
the Brain?
The Brain, was he not called the Brain? Was his name? I think his name is Brian, but they called him the Brain. I'll send you a picture.
It's been, I know, okay, I thought Arthur is black, because Arthur's black, DW is obviously black.
DW is black, their whole family
Francine is black.
Francine is black. Muffy,
light skin.
Light-skinned.
Yes.
Buster, I think we talked about this briefly before we recorded this episode. I think we decided that he's not black.
He's not black, no.
Is he white?
I think Buster's white.
I think Buster's white too.
He's the one cool white person that we can be around.
Yeah, he can come to the cookout, but he's not going to drop off any food.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm. What about Sue Ellen? I feel like you had a take on Sue Ellen.
Sue Ellen is mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Mixed with white and yes, Mrs. White and black.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very sweet girl, but she also gives, like, her mom is white. Like, she can lean over from that little bit. She's a biracial girl. Yes. Okay, I looked up the Brain, or Brian? No, the Brain.
Is he not called the Brain? I remember him
He
being
is called the Brain. Okay. So I was like, I didn't remember what he was called, just his character. He's black, very black, smart boy. Yeah.
Also, his character, like, design is brown. I think he's also an aardvark. Well, actually, no. I don't know what he is. I love when I just say things and I'm actually not sure. But he's brown. He's a brown character.
Doesn't he have the same look as Arthur?
I think so,
He
but
does
now
not.
I'm second guessing myself, and I'm like, is he actually a bear?
He might be. I think he's a bear.
Yeah.
Because the nose.
Either way, he's black. You mentioned the bully. That was Binky. Binky,
Yes.
I don't think is black. I feel like Binky is white. I
Yeah.
feel like he's trailer park white.
Yes.
And
I agree.
I mean that in the least offensive way. Please, no one get mad at me for saying it like that.
But yeah, he definitely listens to Eminem, Mom Spaghetti. I definitely think.
And Mom Spaghetti.
Yeah, I think he's.
What a
I
way
think
to
he's
say
that.
it.
What a way to say it. And who else? I think as far as the author folks, I think that's mostly who I can consider who's black.
Mm-hmm.
What
What about Mr. Ratburn?
Mr. Ratburn is black, and he's like Mr. Mosby.
Okay.
You know, love his pocket hankies, being very like, he's very like uptight,
Mhm.
you know, but he, you know,
Okay.
of course, like, he's not closeted gay, but like, oh my gosh, mind your business. Like, I'm not going to tell you anything.
Like, in the community, he's who people would be like, oh, he's just a little sweet.
Exactly.
But we all know.
But we all know. We all know it is.
And we love him for it. 100%
Exactly.
we support Mr. Ratburn. I will not take any Mr. Ratburn slander. I
At
might have when I was
all.
a kid because we all hated teacher characters, but not now. In this day
But
and
not
age,
now.
he's good people.
He's good people. Who I also think is black, I'm transitioning off of Arthur, is Ice Bear from We Bare Bears.
Mm-hmm.
I think just his cool, calm, and mentality is just like, oh, Ice Bear does this, Ice Bear does that. He's black. I didn't put it on our list.
Like an autistic
Yes.
black?
Yes.
Because now that you brought it up, now I'm expanding my worldview because I don't know if you guys know this, black people are not a monolith.
Exactly.
They
You know
come
who's
in
also
all
black?
shapes and sizes and spectrums.
Right?
Who?
Schnitzel from
Schnitzel.
Chowder.
Rada Rada?
Rada. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely black. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
He's a beautiful chocolate man, and that's why Endive is always fiending for him.
exactly. Also, another hot take too. Chowder also autistic black boy.
See, yeah, this is another one where I needed you to convince me, but now that you've said it like that, I'm like, yes. Yes, because Chowder, he has some black boy joy.
Exactly.
Mm,
He has some black boy joy, and it's represented in the show that, like, okay, first of all, him and Darwin would get along so much.
oh, yeah.
Just find the joys in life, and then he wanted to cook, and that's all he wanted to do. He wanted to be a chef.
Okay, not to make everyone autistic, but I could also see Darwin being autistic.
Oh, for sure. and I think, okay, so obviously, I think the baddie under the sea, also known as Sandy from SpongeBob SquarePants, I believe she's black.
Yes. I've never heard someone refer to her as the baddie under the sea. When you started that sentence, I did not know where this was going.
Yes, and it went right there. Which also is funny. You know, SpongeBob has a musical, called SpongeBob the Musical,
Yeah.
popularized by Ariana's X-Man himself, Ethan Slater.
Please.
Who plays SpongeBob? Yes, yes. My personal hear me out. Yeah, I said it. So,
Hello?
Yeah, I said it, but next conversation, next card, honey, next card.
Am I hearing that we're gonna have a hear me out episode at some point? My goodness.
I think we are. But Sandy is often portrayed by a black woman.
Yeah.
And I think her fro is kind of like her bowl in a sense, and like the flower. But
yeah,
I think she's a black woman.
Mm-hmm. I feel like her overachieving, her perfectionism, her like general badassery is very like strong black woman coded.
Very, very.
She's one of us.
She is. And I want to sweet spot off. We talked about Oscar and Angie before from Shark Tale, you know, Shark Tale being a black movie. Oscar and Angie obviously are black. And I said obviously. And Lola is even black. Most of the characters, the fish, are black. And I think I'm gonna round out that like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee from Transformers are also black. Very much like black and have that like almost like that stoic that Mufasa have in Lion King. Like very royal and very like we are the people of this. Oh my
God. So like Morgan Freeman type of characters.
Yes.
There's another black actor who I'm thinking of. I think he's a theater actor. I have to look him up, but he also gives me that vibe of like that Mufasa vibe. Actually, for a second I thought he played Mufasa. He did not. He was not
James Earl Jones.
Oh my goodness. Why am I so bad at names? But that's not the black guy I'm thinking of. I will look it up later.
Are you thinking of the Allstate guy? Allstate.
I hesitate. I don't think so, but I'm looking this up right now. Black Allstate guy. No, the guy I'm thinking of is old.
Keith David? Old?
He's old. And I'm not thinking of Dennis Haysbert. Oh my god. See, the thing is, I brought up this actor, but I can't think of what he's in. So how am I going to find him? It'll come back to me. But I feel like that stoicism, I feel like lends to them being black. I don't know enough about Transformers to agree or disagree, so I guess I'm just gonna have to give it to you.
Anybody else that you found out who you think is black?
Top of my head, I don't think so. I don't think I have anybody else. Do you have anybody else?
No, I think that's mostly that was on my list. These characters are fun. I think these hot takes are just really like just showing a representation of like the different types of characters. Again, black and autistic. Like, yeah, I think this is a roundabout way to just show representation. Why do we look for blackness in non-black and non-humanoid characters? Mm-hmm. So for me, I want to answer the question that says, we want to feel represented and be seen in many ways. So when we're usually lacking black characters, we try to find hints of them of ourselves in those additional characters. A lot of times it was hard, like seeing yourself on screen. So whenever you do get a character like, he's a little like me, it grows into that. I didn't name this earlier, oh my gosh, but then My Little Pony, Pinkie Pie, is often considered to be black.
Yeah.
I personally think Rarity is black as well.
Oh, I've never heard of Rarity.
I think she's a rich black diva. And just, right? So just showing that like representation there and seeing yourself in it. I also think a lot of people say Twilight Sparkle is black as well. I know when a lot of times when they draw her with more like a pigmented skin.
Yeah.
So I associate with it. So, but always like looking for yourself in representation is very important. So going on those characters and be like, yeah, I can't see myself here, but I feel like I can see myself there. To the ones that's not obviously black, you know what I'm saying? Like Gerald from Hey Arnold, he's black. But then again, in that same breath, I think like again, I think Donkey from Shrek is black. So.
I feel like as children, we just want to feel like we belong in the world. And I feel like representation really helps with that, because when you see people like you or people who look like you and you see them doing, you know, these cool things, having these fun adventures, or even just having their day-to-day lives, like it feels like you belong in the world. And when you don't get enough of that, you still want to look for that belonging. So you find it in characters who are kind of just ambiguous. Like they aren't really black, but they could be. a lot of the time I feel like people default to whiteness as like, oh, these characters are white, but when we as Black people see these characteristics or see the values that we uphold in our communities, or like see the appreciation of music, like when we see that, we feel that no, this is one of ours, like this is a representation of us, like this is our place in the world, like this is what we're all about. And I feel like that's just really important as a kid, of course, and even as you grow up, like they're just characters that that become a part of you, that you see so much of yourself in them that you can't help but feel like they are in community with you.
Why these characters mean so much to us and why we kind of look for each and every one in just like a little sense. This is all obviously like in good fun, but it's also one of those like, no, inherently, these characters are Black. I'm at the end day. With that being said, I would like to...
Before we even move on, one more thing about the representation thing. Of the representation we do have, this is kind of a throwback to the whole like Cleveland Show versus American Dad thing. The Black characters we do have also are always so stereotyped. They're always so like, this is what Black people are like. And like, not all of us are like that. There are people who may exist within the realm of that, but even they have like varied personality traits. Like they're not always like that. Like we're all just humans. And so to have the same one note being played, like of course you're going to look for other characteristics from other like characters to represent you. And it's one of those things, because this is like super, this is only slightly related and niche, but I find that a lot of the times when people I think it's called race swapping, like this is a really specific example. For Powerpuff Girls, people always make like if they race swap them, they always make Buttercup the darkest / black one. And it's like really nitpicky, but to me, it kind of annoys me because I'm like, the aggressive tomboy is always the black one. And for me, I would have had Bubbles be the black one. It kind of for the same reason that Pinkie Pie is always, associated with like Blackness, because there's just a certain joy to it. There's a certain bubbliness, but it's almost like we're not allowed to be like the ditzy airhead. Like we have to be the tomboy, the tough one. And like, that's just race swapping, which is a whole different thing. But I feel like it lends itself to this conversation of like, we all have to fit into this box, and yet none of us fit into this box perfectly. So why? So yeah, that was just my last, I wanted to put that out there because it's just something that like annoys me, and I don't know if it's only me or if I'm like tripping, but I see that a lot.
No. I think you're very valid in that. Oftentimes, whenever it is this voice swapping thing, it always goes to like the Black character and they will make them like aggressive. And it's like, no, we come, like you said, we're not a monolith. We come in like different shapes and sizes and just like different personalities. So if the characters that we even name, they're not even like, they don't even act the same. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's like, oh, they have this certain cadence about them and their way to like do it. To go off of like non-animation stuff, one of my favorite shows is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And the character who plays Holt, he's very like deadpan, like very dry humor, but he's a gay Black man. And I was like, that is great representation there, because it's like, oh, we are not a monolith. In showing that. And so it's like, I love seeing like characters like that, and that's ultimately why we try to relate to like every single one. And that's also the reason why it makes sense also to have Elphaba as a Black woman. And she's like green. And it was like, yes, like, and it adds a deeper layer to it, one, in Wicked and just in general. But I was like, yeah, going deep and just finding those characters within that and just showing like how smart they can be, how persistent we can be, how tough, but then also how soft we can be as well, is just very beautiful. So I think that's ultimately why we look for representation.
It also adds so much more depth, because Wicked, when you take it from the like, if you supplant the idea that Elphaba is also like a Black woman, like even though in the story she's not Black, but now it kind of feels like there's a racial allegory within Wicked, and so I feel like it adds a bit of depth to like add that little extra layer of race.
Oh, for sure. I could do a dissect on Wicked. But man, that's going to be a later episode, because that is a whole thing. But yeah, I will say, Jetta, I did want to ask you, to transition for our question. Who would you, so who's bringing what to the cartoon cookout, basically?
Who's bringing what to the cartoon cookout? Okay. All right. Right off the bat, since we mentioned Chowder, he's coming in with Purple Nurples. He's bringing Purple Nurples to the cookout. I feel like that was a dish from Chowder.
That was a dish, but you know what's funny? I haven't heard that in a while, and I was like, what? When you first said it, I was like, no, that definitely was a dish.
You put me on the spot, and I had to reach into the depths of my...
You reached depth in that mind. That is funny. No, I think you're right. Because obviously we said, like, Chowder, because of course he'll be invited to the cookout. Like I said, Schnitzel wouldn't be invited to the cookout.
He's bringing Rada Rada.
Well, he's bringing Rada, of course. Most of the stuff that we even, like, name, people who we name are bringing to the cookout. I think, oh my gosh, there was another one who I was thinking, Grimm, he's invited to the cookout, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's bringing some
Jerk
plantains. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
some
jerk
plantains
chicken.
and some jerk chicken. We're about to be eating good.
So good. And I think that, like, will be, like, really fun. Oscar and Angie bring sushi. No, that's not.
No.
That's
I'm
not-
shaking. No, my 6-year-old self is shaking.
Right.
Donkey's bringing waffles.
Donkey's bringing waffles.
And okay, Oscar and Angie, they're bringing.
Short.
Oh, but we're just not gonna get off of the like cannibalism. I was gonna try to think like kelp or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. They're doing greens. Yep, they're bringing
the greens.
Yep,
they're bringing kelps, but like prepared like collard greens, like southern collard greens.
Yep, I like that better. And last one, who are we not inviting to the cookout?
Buster? I don't mean that. Sorry, it's because we mentioned him earlier.
Yeah. No, you know what, Buster? And excuse me. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. My take wasn't that Sue Ellen was. No, she can't be. She is. She's not coming to the cookout. I'm not inviting Sue Ellen. I don't like her. I never did.
Okay, well, I was not expecting this hostility.
Yeah. I don't like Sue Ellen. It had to go back into my memory. Yeah, because she was always doing something and it was always beefing. I don't like Sue Ellen. Muffy can come, but not
What?
Sue Ellen.
You're gonna let Muffy was mean sometimes to Francine.
Yeah, but
although I guess Francine was giving it back, so
you know that was a tit for tat. That was an equal balance.
If you say so. I just want to clarify, Buster can come, he just can't bring any food because I don't know what kind of food he's gonna bring.
But he travels, so maybe it's gonna be some.
He can bring something from overseas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is not coming to the cookout? Shrek isn't coming to the cookout.
No,
because he's gonna mess it up. He's gonna fart next to the food, and that'll be it.
It'll be too much. Very niche. Ed from Ed, and Eddie. Ed's not coming. Taller Ed isn't coming. No, excuse me. Double D is coming. I want to split that out there. So Double D's coming.
Because
Eddie's not coming, and the other Eddie's not coming. I will only allow Double D in.
Is Double D coming in because he wears a do-rag?
Yes.
Is he biracial?
Yes.
He's biracial.
Biracial. Yes, he is.
What are the villains in Transformers? Aren't they the Decepticons? You don't know either.
You know, okay. No. Because I was like, you know what? They are Michael B. Jordan of villains.
What?
So they're black,
like Wakanda?
too.
Like,
yeah.
Not Wakanda, like Black Panther. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, you're right. So they're black too, right? The Decepticons are black as well. But then they're like we need to enslave the humans just like they tried to get us. Similar how Michael B. Jordan was like, no, we need to get them like they tried to get us. And Bumblebee and Optimus Prime are like T'Challa, who's like, no, that's not equality. That's like this. So that's where I say.
Okay. So with that, are they invited to the cookout?
They are not, because they're going to try to blow us up. But
you know what?
I bet you they can make some mean macaroni and cheese.
Ain't that right? Ain't that the truth? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a good list of some people who are coming to the cookout and who we will be turning away at the door.
We will be turning away at the door because I'm inviting Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender to the cookout. Yes. I am inviting Toph because I love that girl. Yeah. Katara's going to get annoying, but my friend really loves Katara, so I'm going to let her in, I guess, if she don't be on that bullshit.
Is Aang invited?
You know what?
Because he's vegetarian. I feel
he gonna be like, y'all gonna put something. I eat veggie stuff too, so I ain't gonna whack him too hard. But I'm like, and you can't be putting this veggie shit on the grill where we got the meat cooking. Like, get that tofu shit out of here.
Those are fighting words now.
Yeah.
Not for me. I don't eat a lot of tofu, not gonna lie, but still.
Beast Boy invited to the cookout.
Oh yeah. He's not black though. I think we decided he is Asian.
We decided he's Asian. He's not black.
Yeah. I mean, in the live action, he's also casted as an Asian person, but he can come to the cookout.
Yes.
But he's
can
also
Starfire come to the cookout?
Yes, but if I can't pronounce what she brings, I'm not going to eat it.
The blip blip blip. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Lordorm. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Who made this?
Actually, Starfire should be invited because she got literally called a slur. She's one of us. She's not black, but she's one of us.
You know what? She might be the black people of space. And she is black in the Teen Titans.
She's black in the live action. Oh, I feel so silly. So Starfire is black, so she's invited to the cookout. Beast Boy, even if he is vegan, he's invited to the cookout. Cyborg is
that's true.
black.
I can't
Raven, I would invite. Robin, not invited to the cookout. He's gonna get mad at somebody. He's gonna freaking like knee them in the chest or something.
Yeah. Did you see that video of like people being like, which Robin would you fight? And Dick Grayson, but it's like 2003, like Teen Titans Robin, and they always show that picture of him like jumping off the building with his knees like
That's
bushing.
What I was referencing about the kneeing to the chest. God,
yeah.
He's got some crazy knees. Like he was out for blood. He was gonna kill this. I don't even know what it was. It was like, oh gosh, we can't talk about Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo right now because that'll turn into a whole conversation. But that was crazy. He's ruthless. The fact that he only like his power that he's got hands. That's it. Like he doesn't even have any other power.
No. And I'm like, oh, I'm taking dude with no power. I'm like, nah, he got nothing to lose. Don't do that.
Nah, he's gonna be the cookout. He's gonna like flip out, and everyone's gonna be like, "Dude, chill, bro, chill,
bro, chill." Like, it's not even worth it. No, literally.
Chill.
He's the one he's the cousin who just got out of jail, but like he's also like on his like third strike. So it's like, no, you can't really mess with him like that. He really got
anger
going on.
We don't mess with him like that. We can tease everybody else, but not him. He'll go off.
You heard the Flying Graysons? Yeah, man. Niggas was flying for real. Like
Flying Graysons is actually a gang.
A gang? No. It is.
And they got knocked off. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, we need to talk about that at some point. But I think we're running long now.
Yeah. No, I think this is a fun episode about like cartoons, who's about to cook out, and black characters and why we see ourselves in them. With that being said, I think that's a good time to wrap up the episode.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thanks everyone so much for listening and remembering with us. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Produced by Nostalgia. Follow us on all social media platforms at Produced by Nostalgia Pod for episode updates, additional content, and more. Until next time, I have been your beautiful and black host, MK, and I'm also with my co-host, who's also beautiful and black,
Jedi.
Yeah.
We're both beautiful and black.
Black. Yes.
We are heavy black people.
Exactly. All right. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.